Welcome to this Kepware introduction and product overview. In this video, you'll be introduced to Kepware and our portfolio of software solutions. Kepware was founded in 1995, and at the time, there were no great solutions for device drivers. Since we had a knack for connectivity, we sought to focus on this need exclusively. We got the attention of Rockwell, GE, and other automation companies early on, and have been in partnership with them for their device connectivity ever since. Located in Portland, Maine, we have approximately 150 employees all under one roof, focused on the quality of our product so that it's cohesive and easy to use. 25 years later, we're still solely focused on developing connectivity software, now over 150 drivers and the ability to connect to over 300 interfaces. We were acquired by PTC in 2016 to join the ThingWorx IIoT platform. You'll find Kepware in a variety of industries, including factories, oil and gas, smart cities, and automation of buildings. We are distributed in more than 100 countries by our extensive partner network. We've received a number of accolades and awards over the years and are considered one of the best tools in a system integrator's toolbox. Here's a more comprehensive representation of where Kepware is being used. Essentially, anywhere you find automation, you will find Kepware. Kepware has many long-standing relationships with well-respected customers spanning a wide range of industries. Given all of the large companies that would call us looking for Kepware solutions, we were wondering how prevalent we were in the Fortune 500. So after looking at that list, we realized that we were only in about 60 to 70%. And after examining it further, determined that a lot of the companies on that list are finance institutions, banks, and hospitals, and other types of companies that don't use automation. So looking at the Industry Week 500, which is a ranking of America's top public manufacturers, we discovered that 96 of the top 100 of these large public manufacturers are Kepware customers. So what does Kepware do? Imagine we have many people in a room speaking different languages and potentially through different mediums. We want to let them communicate with each other. We need a language translator. Similarly, in a factory, we have many different kinds of devices that are controlling various machines, all used in the production process. We want to collect data from these devices so we can understand how the production is going and to see whether the devices are working well. Other times, we want to send data to the devices in order to control the production process. This all sounds easy, but it can be complex. The challenge is that different automation device vendors use different protocols for data exchange, and the protocols are often proprietary. In short, they all speak different languages. So at the simplest level, Kepware does two basic things. We collect and share industrial data, serving to translate those different protocol languages and provide the data in a meaningful format for other applications to consume. So how does Kepware work? A picture says 1,000 words, and when you hear us talk about Kepware, we'll often refer to it as this technology hamburger and use the terms southbound and northbound. On the bottom, or southbound, are the data sources such as PLCs, OPC servers, sensors, or flow computers in the case of oil and gas. We speak their language and collect data from these data sources. We call these drivers, just like when you download a driver for the HP printer you'd like to use with your Dell laptop. In order to talk to these devices, we need to know their protocols or languages. The complexity here is that some devices use proprietary drivers such as Rockwell or Siemens, and other devices use open standard drivers such as Modbus. In any of these cases, Kepware can read the data. In fact, there are cases where the device may be using older technology, and Kepware can convert that data to bring it up to date with modern standards. For example, we can convert OPC DA data to OPC UA or MQTT. Similarly, on the top or northbound, there are different applications to consume the data. These applications usually are used for control and monitor, such as HMI and SCADA, Data storage and visualization like MES and Historian, or even something like augmented reality experience, as we often hear in the IoT applications. These applications also use different interfaces or protocols, and some are open standard and some are proprietary. We share data with these data consumers, and similarly, we support not only open standard interfaces such as OPC, but also native interfaces such as ThingWorx and Wonderware, or gas and liquid measurement applications like FlowCal. As we've been building out our northbound interface with IIoT, there are more and more applications that want access to that tag and industrial data. So we now have interfaces like MQTT, REST, ThingWorx, and others, providing data to various applications in parallel. Advanced plugins can be licensed along with Kepware for additional functionality. This is another growth opportunity because almost everyone in the industry is familiar with Kepware but may not be aware of the additional functionality available with our advanced plugins. From a practical standpoint, let's assume you are a plant manager in a factory. Maybe your factory started with one device to HMI connection on one production line. In this simple case, chances are that the device and HMI software came from the same vendor. Then the factory expanded and your company began adding on various hardware or software for more lines. Possibly these included machines from machine builders that use their own preferred brand of hardware devices and software. As the years pass, the number of devices increases and larger scale data hungry systems like MES, SCADA, and Historian software appear. Perhaps you've even been asked to provide your plant data to other parts of the enterprise. That might mean sending it to the cloud or at least outside of your OT network, and support for visibility on mobile smart devices. Your network topology may start looking like this. As the demand for device and process data continues to increase, you encounter challenges with deployment, management, performance, and security. That's where a connectivity platform can help. It moves the burden of communications between siloed devices and applications to a centralized, secure server application. Kepware is a single solution connectivity platform for collecting, aggregating, and providing secure access to industrial operations data. Its platform design allows users to connect, manage, monitor, and control diverse automation devices and software applications, from plant control systems to enterprise information systems. To better illustrate Kepware's capability, you see the icon in the middle is Kepware. Below it, or southbound, as I mentioned earlier, you can see Kepware connects to various devices, a variety of wired and wireless network mediums, and to databases, custom software applications, and to other OPC servers. On the upper side, or northbound, as we called it, Kepware shares the data to various client applications. And what really differentiates Kepware is the capability of forwarding industrial data to the latest IoT and big data analytics software or platforms via IT protocols, including MQTT, REST, ODBC, and SNMP. This means your production data, which used to be locked up in a closed environment, can now be shared with any system or anyone in real time by pushing data to the cloud securely. This unique capability helps bridge the gap between OT and IT, greatly accelerating the adoption of IoT in the industrial arena. Besides these features that I just mentioned, Kepware also optimizes communications and reduces network and device load via data conditioning and reduction, customized load balancing, and protocol-specific communications optimization. This is critical for industrial communications, as any delay in data transmission can result in production system failure or unplanned downtime and eventually lost profit. To take advantage of some of these advanced capabilities, and as mentioned earlier, Kepware offers a suite of advanced plugins in addition to our standard drivers, which are licensed separately. These enhance the capability of Kepware for various types of use cases. The three most used plugins are Advanced Tags, Data Logger, and the IoT Gateway. And so those are the ones we are going to illustrate for you today. Advanced tags is used for logic and math calculations within Kepware. For example, in a recipe, some tags come in as pounds, others may come in as kilograms. Advanced tags can do the math to convert the data from kilograms to pounds, calculate the averages of the tags, and send the data into the SCADA, HMI, historian, or other system as pounds. Data Logger is used to write data to ODBC databases from Kepware. For example, if you need to get PLC data into SQL tables for analysis, you will use Data Logger. Data Logger also provides substantial unique benefits such as easy tag browsing and store and forward capabilities. You can also combine the use of Data Logger with advanced tags from our previous slide and Kepware's ODBC client driver to create a lightweight recipe control system. This allows customers to pull recipe data from a database and write it down to the PLC, or to send calls from a barcode scanner to the database. Released in 2015, Kepware's IoT Gateway plugin converts industrial data exposed by our drivers to cloud-friendly protocols such as MQTT or REST. If your customer is looking to adopt a cloud-based architecture, this plugin is the key to getting them started. A great example of the value that the IoT Gateway can provide is from our customer, Teal Plastics. Teal Plastics specializes in custom extruded plastic tubing and profiles. They have 10 manufacturing lines at one of their facilities that produce different products at various times throughout the day. Each line requires a custom recipe for every product. These recipes include different material inputs, equipment, heating components, and other variables, and can change several times in one day. All these variables quickly caused instances where human error deviated the recipes. These deviations inspired Teal Plastics to find a solution that would allow operators to control all pieces electronically and reduce human error. With the IoT Gateway in place, a Teal Plastics line operator can send a pre-saved recipe with more than 20 parameters from a web interface to the IoT Gateway, which then distributes the instructions to the machines on the line. This is a much more efficient and effective method than the previous manual process, in providing device connectivity to multiple PLCs, including Allen Bradley and Siemens. Teal drastically reduces the risk of human error. Another example of how the IoT Gateway can be used is illustrated by our Brazilian partner Exada's customer, Faurecia. Faurecia is one of the largest international automotive parts manufacturers in the world and is a preferred partner of the world's largest automakers. In recent years, the large automotive OEMs expected Faurecia to be able to both track the process of operations and production and to make that information available on demand. For example, customers wanted to know which airbags were added to which cars, as well as detailed data characteristics about how each airbag was installed, including torque and angle of installation. Although the data for providing this traceability had always been available, the organization's solutions for collecting and distributing it were not on par with the efficiency and scalability that can be achieved with today's more modern IoT solutions and supporting architectures. Using the IoT Gateway, the company began collecting data from the shop floor and communicating it to their ERP, IJCore, over REST HTTP. IJCore was then able to store that information, satisfying customer requests for traceability spanning several years. In addition to the benefits Faurecia can now provide to the customers, the solution has also provided the daily professional quality of life for developers working on IJCore. Utilizing the familiar REST protocol instead of OPC enables them to spend more time developing new solutions to increase shop floor productivity and less time troubleshooting. Now that we've covered the advanced capabilities of Kepware, let's look at the other solutions we offer. Besides our flagship connectivity solution, we have 3 other complementary products in our portfolio. Kepware LinkMaster provides a means of linking data between OPC servers, thus serving as a universal bridge for OPC systems. Kepware Redundancy Master increases the reliability and availability of your OPC data by allowing multiple OPC servers to be configured into redundant pairs. Each pair appears as a single OPC server. ThingWorx Kepware Edge is our newest addition and allows the most valuable features of Kepware to be deployed in Linux-based environments. We will dive into this product next. So what if you have hundreds of devices dispersed geographically rather than all in a defined space like a factory? For example, maybe you're a machine builder and you're building IoT devices using Linux as your operating system that are going to be deployed in a widespread area. You only need a specific driver, but you also need the IoT gateway to be able to share the data with a cloud-based platform. That's where TKE might fit your need.
Offering high-quality industrial machines is what you do best. But customers are demanding connectivity features in the machines you make for them, and they want it at competitive prices. There's the option to develop your own connectivity software, but that's expensive. You don't have the team for it, and it's difficult to hire for. Outsourcing is another option, but that's just paying someone else to develop a custom solution. With ThingWorx Kepware Edge, you have a quicker and more cost-effective choice. It offers out-of-the-box connectivity, so you can build smart, connected machines without writing custom code. It has the best-in-class security and reliability of Kepware, so your customers will feel comfortable relying on it for critical production data. It's Linux-based too, so you can add it to every machine without re-platforming or breaking your budget. ThingWorx Kepware Edge allows you to offer customers what they've been asking for: connected machines that work with their on-site applications. And since it also connects to cloud-based IoT platforms, including native integration with ThingWorx, you can access machine data to deliver new services or business models. Ready to connect your machines with a platform that's secure, efficient, and IoT-ready? Download the demo today and experience how ThingWorx Kepware Edge can benefit your business.
ThingWorx Kepware Edge, also referred to as TKE, was released in 2019 to support emerging edge-based technologies. TKE consists of our three most popular drivers bundled with the IoT Gateway Advanced plugin, all running on Linux. It's configured remotely using our configuration API, connects to systems via OPC or MQTT, and has native integration to ThingWorx. All TKE installations include all these drivers and features, and it's priced in tiers based on the number of tags. Now that you're aware of our portfolio of complementary solutions, let's take a look at available licensing options for our flagship solution. Our traditional connectivity solution is known as Kepserver EX. With Kepserver EX, you can license specific drivers or in collections of drivers that we call suites. For example, our Allen Bradley suite includes all of our Allen Bradley drivers. Kepserver EX drivers and suites can be licensed either as a subscription license, which includes support and is similar to renting the use of that driver or suite with an annual payment, or they can be sold as a perpetual license. When you sell a perpetual license, you will also sell a support agreement covering at least the first year of support and maintenance. From there, you can also sell support renewals each year. Being a Rockwell distributor, you're also able to take advantage of Rockwell's rebranded version of Kepserver EX, which you might know as Kepserver, Kep Enterprise, or Kepserver for Factory Talk View. This can be sourced exclusively through Rockwell. Rockwell's Kepserver product is essentially Kepware's manufacturing suite. In other words, it contains all of the drivers in that suite with the exception of the Rockwell drivers. Some key differences between Kepserver EX manufacturing suite and Rockwell's version include who you procure from, either from Rockwell or Kepware, who supports it, either Rockwell or Kepware, who activates it, either Rockwell or Kepware. You'll be able to acquire this at a lower cost through Rockwell, but there are some limitations, including the lack of media level redundancy, which is only available through use of one of our plugins. And the reason for this is you can only license the advanced plugins directly from Kepware. So this would include the IoT Gateway, Advanced Tags, and Data Logger that we touched on a few minutes ago. In summary, if you need any other drivers besides the ones included in the manufacturing suite or you need any of the advanced plugin capabilities, you should turn to Kepware directly. From another standpoint, if your customer would like activation and support directly from Kepware, you would want to use the KepServer EX licenses from Kepware. Changes in the industry have inspired us to look at another way of licensing Kepware. You've likely heard the buzzwords digital transformation and Industry 4.0. Most companies are feeling the pressure of this fourth industrial revolution and know that without digital transformation, they'll fall behind their competitors. 90% of industrial companies are investing in digital factories. Almost 70% of companies consider digital manufacturing at the top of their operations strategy agenda. And according to the National Association of Manufacturers, industrial companies need to capitalize on digital technologies to defend and advance their competitive advantage. New disruptive technologies are being introduced, such as artificial intelligence, the industrial Internet of Things, and augmented reality. This is changing the way data is analyzed, enabling breakthroughs in labor and process optimization. As a result, where the OT market is growing at around 5%, the IoT market is growing at approximately 30%. What does this mean for Kepware? Standardizing connectivity across the factory accelerates an organization's ability to adopt newer technologies. Buyer personas involved in digital transformation want streamlined licensing management, and companies want enterprise-wide connectivity to enable communication across the enterprise. In order to meet this new demand, in 2020, we launched an additional way of licensing Kepware, which is our enterprise license known as ThingWorx Kepware Server. The focus of this license is for enterprise opportunities where the customer is looking to standardize connectivity and licensing across an entire factory. ThingWorx Kepware Server is an all-you-can-eat buffet of Kepware drivers and interfaces. So it includes all of our drivers and interfaces and all of our advanced plugins. The benefit of this packaging is to have one license which covers all needs without the burden of counting tags and without the complexity of having multiple licenses for different protocol needs. TKS is an annual subscription license based on the size of the factory as measured by the number of software servers that are needed in that factory. So in summary, Kepware can be licensed either as we traditionally have, which is to say by the driver using perpetual or subscription licensing, or it can be licensed by the factory with a subscription of ThingWorx Kepware Server. As we reach the end of this presentation on Kepware's connectivity solutions, we'd like to leave you with a summary of the value that we bring to the table. At Kepware, we focus exclusively on developing connectivity solutions, and we're intentional with our offerings. We strive for third-party certifications like the OPC Foundation to ensure compliance and interoperability. We're good listeners and active responders to the market, as evidenced with our IoT Gateway to connect to cloud-based platforms, as well as our new enterprise offering. We're committed to quality. Our engineers produce timely, tested iterations of our product, and our tech support and engineering solutions teams support our customers once products have been released to the market. Lastly, IoT is a big focus of Kepware, and we're poised to support our partners through the Industry 4.0 transition and commitment to industry standards that will enable our solutions to thrive well into the future. Thank you so much for your time and attention. We look forward to supporting you through your company's partnership with PTC. Please feel free to reach out and connect with us.